Hi, I'm Todd Mitchell, owner of CyberSecurity4biz. I'm a retired Navy veteran, and I've spent over 30 years protecting classified information. I realized something a few years back. My best friend got hacked, and he was a solopreneur disc jockey, and he called me up in a panic because he lost all his music, and he said, "Hey, you got to find somebody to help me." We jumped on Google, looking up all these cybersecurity companies. Most of them, their client list is enterprise level, Fortune 500 companies. We finally found one. We were literally like 10 pages deep on a Google search, and we finally found one that said small business, and we called them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we love small business. You got to have 250 employees, 10 million in revenue, five guys in your IT department." Is like, that is not a small business. So I ended up helping him in my spare time. Long story short, I opened a business shortly thereafter at his urging, and dove headfirst into this. And my mission is to be the little guy helping the little guy, because you'd have the same laws, you just don't have the resources. So I'm here to provide enterprise level cybersecurity down to a small business. So, uh, what can I do for clients? Well, what I actually do is I help you become cybersecurity compliant with regulations like the IRS WISP, the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act Safeguards Rule, the payment card industry, things like that. I work directly with you to protect your client's personal financial information using risk management and basic cybersecurity tools. We start by looking at how you receive information, store information, share information back and forth between your tools and your clients. That includes email setup, AI tools, bring your own device if you have people using their own personal devices for work, cloud storage, backups, what methods you use to get paid into your business, even your website privacy policy. Does that meet the state standards of all the states that you have clients in? Think of it as a cyber checkup for your business. Once we're done with that, the next step, I then help you build and enforce company cybersecurity policies. And these policies are wide ranging. So, think of this as like a dress code or a lunch break policy, right? You don't just suggest employees wear pants, you require it. The policies work the same way for cybersecurity. I deliver ready to use policies for a wide range of things. Um, Everything from bring your own device, websites, all the things I just mentioned, in addition to a cybersecurity policy, an incident response plan, and a data breach plan. Because the main point of this is to get you prevented and get it documented so that all your employees are following it of what to do to prevent cybersecurity breaches with the best cybersecurity practices in place. And then with these policies, you hold training on your employees. I help facilitate that, and that makes sure everybody understands cybersecurity basics and also understands what your company policies are and what the repercussions are for not following them and violating those policies. And that builds a culture and background. So, what happens if something goes wrong? Well, I can't guarantee you never get hacked, but I can guarantee you won't go through it by yourself. From assessing what happened, guiding you through reporting and recovery, because when you have a data breach hit, you don't want to be Googling what do I do now, or making key business decisions in the middle of a panic attack. You want to have a checklist that you pull out that you've already thought of exactly what you need to do, and you just go down that checklist and start reacting. Um, the first thing, I treat it like first aid: contain the bleeding, and then clean up the mess afterwards and get back to normal as fast as possible. Now, let's talk about risk management. We all rule our businesses by risk, even if we don't think about it, but I help you implement a formal risk management process in place so that you can make key business decisions based off of, especially for cybersecurity, but you can use it for everything. Making those decisions based off of what kind of impact it's going to have on your business, as to how important and how high of a priority it is for you to take care of. When you're looking at the return on investment, the average data breach for a small business is going to be close to $3 million. Most of the time, that's not because somebody did something wrong or because they didn't care. It's because they didn't know what they didn't know. And if you're covered by Gramm-Leach-Bliley, which you guys are in the financial industry, they can actually fine you up to $100,000 per violation. And those violations, they could come into a business and say, "Oh, you weren't using strong passwords, you weren't using multi-factor, and you didn't have a backup." That's three different violations. So those fines can add up fast. and those are governed by the FTC, which they have teeth and can assess fines, and they can actually even shut your business down. So compared to, I mean, I understand it's expensive, a big expense for a small company, but that security at 1,600 bucks a month is nothing compared to the expense of cleaning up a data breach. So we want to do everything we possibly can to prevent that from happening. Uh, so at Cybersecurity for Biz, I don't just protect your data, I protect your trust. Your customers and your employees are trusting you to protect their personally identifiable information and their financial information. And because your clients trust you with that sensitive information, it's your responsibility and my job to make sure that that trust never gets broken. Feel free to hit me up if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to have a discussion. Thank you.